Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ryan and this is Ryan Small Engines. So right in front of me is a Tecumseh HS30 and this is what it looked like whenever I got it. So off the bat, you guys know from my other videos that the gas tank that was on this thing is now right on here. Is on my Tecumseh HS40. So I'm gonna have to find a new gas tank for this engine, and I'm gonna get a new carburetor for it, and I'm gonna find a little linkage that goes from the governor to the carburetor. Since this thing doesn't have a throttle, HS30s generally do not have a throttle on them, so as soon as you fire them up, they run full throttle all day. So a few things that I had to do to this engine was replace the head bolts. I had to replace two of them because one of them I rounded the top of the bolt off, so we had to weld a nut onto it to get it out. And then another one of them was missing. That one right there, that one was missing, so I put two of the exact same bolts in there with some washers and cranked them down, so that should be fine. I don't really know the torque spec on those head bolts, but I'm not going to worry about it since I don't even know if this engine runs or not. I don't even know if it's worth anything, but this thing does have spark and compression, and I put oil in it because I didn't get or had no oil in it whenever I got it, and it looks a little dusty. So generally whenever I see an engine like this, it's pretty dusty. I knew that it was probably on a rototiller or something because these old small engines, these old Tecumseh small engines were on Sears rototillers and that type of stuff. Because since this thing doesn't have a throttle on it, that makes sense because as soon as you start it up, it runs full throttle, but I don't think you'd do that on a tiller. I don't really know. Something like that. But I put, while I had this cover off, I snaked some fuel line through there already, so whenever I get a new carburetor for this, I can put it on there, hook the fuel line up, and then get a gas tank for it, and then probably make a linkage or just steal the linkage that I had off of this thing, because it's got that linkage right there. That's the linkage that came off of this one, so I'm really gonna try. Today I'm really just gonna try and spray some ether in the intake manifold and see if it'll start up run for a few seconds or something. Because that's what I had done with that. Is whenever I got it, that's what I had done. Because the carburetor, because these engines, whenever I got both of these engines, they both did not have a carburetor. I mean, they had carburetors, but they both did not have an air filter, so, and of course they've been sitting outside for a while, so, the carburetor was, since those carburetors are aluminum and it corrodes, water gets into them, moisture gets into them, they corrode, and then every part of them is generally bad, so, yeah. I need to probably find an air filter for that, and for that. And the ones that I look at on Amazon and eBay, they're like $30. They're like $30 for a air filter housing and an air filter and a back plate. Which, I mean, it's not that bad, but I really don't want to. I really don't feel like spending $60 on two air filters. Don't even think I can get two because those things are a discontinued part. So. Well, I'm going to try and spray some ether into the carburetor outside, then we'll try and fire it up and see if it'll run for a few seconds. Okay, we are now outside. We have some ether here, some starting fluid. Premium. Okay. Get a little shot. Oh. Okay, now let's try it. Okay. is a fail. Well, it's got spark. Don't know why it wouldn't want to go. Well, I tested the spark plug and it's not the spark plug. So the spark plug is good. It's got a nice hot orange spark. It's got an orange spark on it. So let's try it again. I may have another video on this because I know I'm going to kind of bore you guys out because that's what I do. That's what I had done in the past with just me cranking engines over and they don't actually do anything. So, well, probably have another video to this. So, okay, well, take 5 or something. Spark plug's a little loose. Let's see. Well, you know what? I don't know if I want to put a little bit of gas down in there or not. I don't really know. Well, I'm not going to really check for spark because if I sprayed ether in there and there's still I sprayed some ether in there, and if I check for spark on top of the engine right here, I really don't want to, I kind of want to have hair. I don't want to have it burned off. Okay, so meanwhile, I will put the plug back in it and I will try it again. So, yeah. I got an idea. So, just tip it up on its side here. This thing does have oil in it. I put oil in it, so let's tip it up like this. Okay, now let's try it. Now let's try it. Well, I'll check for spark again. Then I'll try it one more time. Well, guys, it's a couple weeks later, and I actually got around to diving into it and figuring out why it wasn't going. So I took this cover off, which is 2 7/16 bolts and 3 1/2 inch. Popped the cover off. And I pulled the flywheel, which that's a 11/16 socket, a pry bar, hammer, and then pop the flywheel, and then I cleaned the points with a little handy dandy points file. And I probably got 2 passes in, and then I put it back together, and it had nice, awesome spark, and before it didn't. So I'm basically assuring myself and assuring you guys that this thing will try. Will go. So, because as you saw a few minutes ago, that this thing did not really want to go. A few days ago. But in the video, it's going to be a few seconds or something. So, I'll position it up here. Okay. Okay, that's probably good. Get my ether, my starting fluid. Spray some right in there, and then let's try it. Exactly, I told you. It tried. The thing with ether is that it's not good for engines. It's bad for the cylinder walls because it doesn't have any lubrication. But just for the heck of it, I'm going to spray some more ether down in there and see if it'll go for a little longer. Runs on ether. That's a great feeling now because I know that I can just pick up a little cheap carburetor for this thing off of eBay, and then it'll run. But you guys know what I'm going to do with this engine? Obviously you don't. So I'm going to show you right now. So a few days ago I had fully restored this bench grinder. Fully restored it. I put a new belt on there. I painted that pulley just because. I painted this whole top here, painted the guard. This wheel is one that came with it. I made a little tool rest for it. I cleaned all the rust off of the shaft and everything. I sandblasted it before I painted it. I'm really happy with this thing. It's got a new belt on there. I'm really happy with what it turned out as. So, whenever I get that Tecumseh HS30 engine running, like with a carburetor, then I'll hopefully get a frame and make a gas-powered belt grinder here in a little bit. So, that's going to be a project for in the upcoming months. And in the next one. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.